Hey there, welcome back to CineFact. Today, we're diving into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to explore 10 characters who have won our hearts over time. Captain Marvel's journey from distance to relatable, Rocket Raccoon's enduring transformations, and even Baron Zemo's surprising likability through humor and pop culture references. The MCU has a knack for turning initially unlikable characters into fan favorites, showing the power of character development in keeping audiences engaged. Let's explore how the MCU crafts personalities that we can't help but root for. Number 10. Captain Marvel's stoicism was worn down. Despite Captain Marvel being the most powerful Avenger, audiences were initially skeptical of the franchise's first female protagonist to lead a feature film. Avengers Endgame was many viewers' first exposure to the character, which presents her as a cookie stoic heroine who seems far more concerned with the affairs of the galaxy as a whole than her home planet of Earth. While her eponymous solo movie has colors of the characterizations, particularly at the beginning, fans who watched both will notice a stark difference from her endearing, compassionate, and relatable personality in that film to Endgame's emotionless space cop. Number 9. Rocket Raccoon learns to stop lashing out. Despite being endlessly watchable, calling Rocket Raccoon as he appears in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie likable would certainly be a stretch. Needlessly abrasive and paranoid over the course of his appearances in the Guardians trilogy, Rocket slowly learns to overcome his past trauma and slowly lower his defense, bonding with the team's other members outside of Groot. While he still has moments of clownishness, Rocket Raccoon's wins up being the new leader of the Guardians, showcasing his emotional maturation and newfound ability to work with others. Number 8. Yondo's soft side is slowly revealed. Early on, Yondo was only known for being a ruthless spacefaring criminal that abducted Peter Quill at a young age, taking advantage of the impressionable boy while scaring him into obedience. As time went on, more of Yonda's softer side was unveiled with revelations like his refusal to turn Quill over to his father, or how he celebrated Christmas by gifting Star-Lord his signature blasters. In the end, Yonda acknowledges his roles as Peter's father figure, telling him that Ego may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. After his sacrifice, it's hard not to love Yonda. Number 7. Baron Zemo is a distinctly likable villain. Baron Zemo is one of the most manipulative villains the Avengers have ever faced, successfully orchestrating the schism of the team in the events of Captain America Civil War. Even if Zemo's motivations may have been sympathetic, his actions were utterly reprehensible. That being said, his appearance in Falcon and Winter Soldier gave Zemo a chance to show off his personality, endearing himself to fans with a surprising knowledge to Marvin Gaye, sense of humor, and club dance moves. There's no denying he is a dinner murderer, but in the context of Marvel villains, he's become hard not to like. Number 6. Jane Foster's personality got a major upgrade. When Natalie Portman dropped out of the MCU, her absence wasn't missed by many in Thor Ragnarok, her dry character of Jane Foster not conveying much in the way of personality. Dr. Foster wasn't unlikable, but she didn't have a well-established character. being mostly set racing for Thor's conflict to play out against and coming across as detached. However, her upgrade to Mighty Thor and character development in Thor, Love and Thunder did wonders for the character's likability, showing off her light-hearted side and relatable nervousness in the wake of gaining Mjolnir's power. Number 5. Wang has come into his own as a hero. In Doctor Strange, Wang was mostly relegated to being a minor bureaucratic obstacle for Stephen Strange to navigate around within the social structure of the Sorcerers, refusing Strange access to the most prized tomes of magic. Over his surprising number of appearances in MCU projects since then, Wang has been given much more time to shine, delightfully bickering with Strange as a powerful magician in his own right and even earning the title of Scorer Supreme in Strange's absence. Beyond his title change, Wang's incredulous personality works excellently as a straight man in the MCU's increasingly magical world. Number 4. Abomination rehabilitated into a delightful model prisoner. A relic from the oft-forgotten early MCU, into the Incredible Hulk, few expected Emily Blonsky to return to the franchise in any notable capacity, vaguely remembered as being a hyper-masculine villain with a literal monster side. Shockingly, in She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, it's revealed that Abomination spent considerable time in prison learning to control his powers, reforming into a new age personality with no desire to do harm. It's even explained that he willfully returned to prison after being freed by Wang, painting a far different personality from the Emil Blonsky that's battled the Hulk. Number 3. Hawkeye went from nameless assassin to family man. Of the original Avengers, Hawkeye has consistently gotten overshadowed in terms of character development. Introduced in Thor as simple as saying Hawkeye's character didn't do much to dispel this imaging by the time of his inclusion in the Avengers. Eventually, the introduction of his family in Avengers Age of Ultron demonstrated friendship with Black Widow and mentorship of Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series give us fan better picture of what Clint Barton was really like. Hawkeye's journey through the MCU slowly endeared him to audiences one movie at a time, even if he never got his own solo film. Number 2. Loki went from a selfish villain to making the ultimate sacrifice. Few characters exemplify the stellar character growth the Marvel Cinematic Universe is capable of portraying quite like Loki. Even as a villain in Thor and the Avengers, Loki was undeniably likable, with an egotistical charm that stole the show in every scene he was in. In his own self-titled series, however, Loki proved he was capable of growing into a genuinely good person, even making the ultimate sacrifice at the end of Loki's second season, putting the needs of the multiverse above his own desires in a striking display of virtue. If Loki was loved as a villain, he is adored as a true hero. Number 1. Thor's one-note personality was expanded upon. In his earliest appearances, Thor's personality and cadence mirrored the fantasy genre his series was emulating, navigating the modern world with an almost Shakespearean cadence of speech. While this approach to Thor was enjoyable, it got old quickly in Thor's early depictions as more of time displays were limited to depth of his character and likability. With Thor Ragnarok, the god of thunder's humorous side was expanded upon, and the distinct difference between Hemsworth's performances before and after the film marked a turning point in the perceptions of one of the MCU's flagship characters. Thanks for turning into CineFact. If you enjoyed our dive into the involving characters of the MCU, don't forget to smash that like button, share with all your Marvel loving buddies, and hit subscribe for more fascinating insights. Until next time, stay awesome and keep marveling at the magic of the MCU.
Holy